So this is so great. Michael actually made a post to the subreddit. Am I the asshole for asking my roommate to move out? Which he deleted because people called him an asshole. So I'm just going to read it real quick. So I live in a major U.S. city. I'm an artist. And about 8 months ago, I had plans to move into a 3-bed with 2 other guys from the arts community I'm heavily involved in. We all signed the lease, but at the last minute, roomie number 3 patched things up with his, at the time, ex-GF. Kind of a dick move, but he agreed to pay rent until we found a roomie. He's a close friend, so we hastily found someone else to move into the room. I'm 27 and my other roommate is 28. I, perhaps stupidly, moved forward on letting a 21-year-old college grad take the room. He was out of state at the time, and when I first moved to the city, I struggled to find a room, so I thought it would be a nice way to pay it forward. Cut to 6 months later, this kid hasn't found a job yet and spends the majority of his time playing video games in his room. We haven't really clicked at all on a personal level. Meanwhile, my other roomie and I are very busy pursuing various projects. It's starting to really weigh on my mental health. I don't get any alone time, and I feel like this dude is just an intruder in my home. He's not a bad guy, but with the age difference and the fact that he never leaves the house, I want to ask him to move out. He isn't on the lease. I'd figure out a way to give him his deposit back before he'd have to drop a deposit on another place. I feel bad because our place is incredibly affordable for the city we live in by a factor of hundreds of dollars. But at this stage in my life, I don't want to dread being in my own home. I'm really home right now and spend most of my nights at my girlfriend's. My other roommate does the same, AITA.
So what do you think, guys? Am I the asshole?
Listen, first of all, I got some details to add. This fucking guy, this fucking roommate of yours is a Hummer. And if you listen to the pod, you know I don't like people who hum. And this guy hums constantly, unconsciously, and non-melodically. It's like, it sounds like a dying puppy. You should have added the humming to the post, Mike. That's why you got you're the asshole.
I'm 100% with the homeowner's bill of rights. Like, this is the one place you do have control, is where you lay your head, where you can be your most self, where you can relax. And I 100% agree. Like, you have to feel comfortable in your home.
It's your right to demand certain things of your tenants as a homeowner. If you go on Craigslist, this is frequently stipulated that people not work from home. A lot of people don't like that in their roommates. So now essentially you are changing the stipulations. You're not the asshole if you give him a warning and you say, hey, roomie, you're here too much. This is my place. This is my lease. And I would like to add a new stipulation. And since you are month to month, I'm going to give you 1 month to adhere to the stip. And if you don't want to adhere to it, you got to go because this is a new stipulation. I think that's very fair.
I haven't shared with him how I feel about these sort of things. And I think going the nuclear option and just asking him to straight up pack his shit and leave isn't super considerate of what he's going through. Update on this hot leak. Since posting that, thankfully, thank fucking God, he has found a full-time job. And so things have been a lot less tense at home.
Well, that's great news. One final thing before you go, Mike. You deleted your post here. So what was kind of going on in your head emotionally? Because you got to tell your story. You told it and you gave yourself the Benny of the D. And yet people thought you were the asshole.
Well, the reason I deleted it was, again, I was in a really fucking bad place and being told I was the asshole just was like not great. And this has happened before. I think the big concern with a lot of folks was like, he's paying $800 a month to live there. And so he has every right to be there as many hours as he wants to be. And that's true in some sense that he does pay for that right. And somebody... The thing that really got me was like, it sounds like you don't want to live with this guy because he's not your friend. And I feel sorry for him for having to live with such a fucking asshole piece of shit roommate. And I was like, ow. And that was the top comment. And it was like, oh, wow.
You got to take these comments with a grain of salt. It has 8 points. You didn't do a great job of painting the picture of your roommate because he is a Hummer and that is a serious mark against him. And the other big factor is that everybody here failed to internalize the fact that you have rights too. You have rights too. And it is within your right. One stipulation of living here is that you can't be home all goddamn day. So I say not the asshole. I happen to think your roommate is an asshole.
Well, that's because you've met him. But
guys, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you. Please tell people where where to find you, Erica?
I am at Iconic Erica Curry on Instagram, and that's pretty much where I live, is on Instagram.
She is a micro influencer, but with a couple more followers, we're gonna get rid of that micro and make her just a regular old influencer.
Regular old
I'm follow her
influencer.
right now.
Thank you.
And you guys,
Michael?
you can find me on Pizza Skarsten at Pizza Skarsten on Twitter and Instagram. My YouTube channel is Michael Skarsten. Just drop some hot new vids on there. And Eric and I perform every second Sunday at the Pack Theater in Los Angeles, California.
Oh, you gave away your city. Your roommate's coming for you. He's gonna skin you in your sleep while he's humming.